IPMNation.com.
Live from the Outpost Studios in Columbus, Ohio, you're listening to All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy. Brought to you by IPMNation.com. Get ready for the gong heard round the world.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All Natural Being. Warning, All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy is designed to shake your sense of self to the core.
It's full contact psychology with an empowering twist, a philosophical loofah for your soul.
For those of you not ready or comfortable releasing your inner superhuman, listener discretion is advised.
Here's your host,
Brian Brawdy.
Welcome, and thank you. Let me get this here. I can't tell you how much I appreciate Wayne creating this little graphic so that we can do a little behind the scenes to get everything up and going, right? Was it Wizard of Oz, the man behind the curtain? But welcome, and thank you for stopping by the 368, I know it's hard to believe myself, 368th episode of the #1 rated show here on IPMNation.com. You're in to All Natural Being and the gong heard round the world. Glad to be with you. Broadcast as it happens thanks to our friends at Telestream's Wirecast right here on IPMNation.com and multicast over on Facebook and on allnaturalbeing.com. And I believe, I forgot to check with Wayne, I think we still have an app. It's broadcast over on the app as well. But however, the art of radio. However you come to join us, we're always pumped to have you live from the Transitional Radio Uplink here in freezing rain, Columbus, Ohio, with rebroadcast on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify. You know, other than the recount, why would anyone not want to live in Florida? You know, all the other usual suspects as well. I'm just saying, you wouldn't have to worry about snow very often, at least. Greetings wherever you are here in the garden of the mortals, the labyrinth of life. It's your shot at running the table as you see fit with your primal scream front and center on your lips where it belongs. Here's your chance once again to be mouth-watering to yourself. It's in your blood. Now you just have to get your mind to remember it. But that's why we're here, to be your amnesia buster, your friendly blue force, always putting your heart's highest priority top of your list. That's our gig. Reinstalling and reinstating the true wit and wisdom, and I dare say the wallop of your inner whisper. Rebooting your robust, finding your ferocious, commencing your counterpunch. All in time to out-brutal the brutal. You and I know it's coming. In the cut and shuffle that fate can deal us on a daily basis, and to bring our own bold once and for all. But before we hit it this evening, hello to my friends here in the United States. Special shout out to Joe and Mary. My friends in Canada, Mexico, the UK. My good friends in Ecuador, China, the Philippines, Brazil, India, Australia, Germany, Italy, and France, Nigeria, Turkey, Japan, Singapore, Thailand, Belgium, Sweden, Israel, South Africa, Egypt, Puerto Rico, Kenya, the Netherlands, Iran, Colombia, Greece, Ireland, Argentina, Peru, Austria, and Poland. To those joining us from all over the globe, as I say each and every evening, that it's my honor to be here, and it is also great to have you with us. I truly am fired up to be driving your bandwagon, to be your virtual hitchhiker if you're on the go. But you know what I love about riding shotgun? Is that I get to do it with you. So what are we waiting for? Here's your opportunity to mortal up. Oh, on a Sunday night, too. So what do you say? let's go kick in some doors. And again, thank you so very much for hanging with us, joining us here this evening. Really special show. You know, there's this thing going on I saw in the news the other day where it said, oh, well, they got a call to go after these raccoons, and they were rabid. And then the cops arrive, right? They get there, and they find out, oh, no, right? The raccoons, they're not rabid. They're drunk. They're intoxicated. And you go, well, how is that possible? Well, apparently they're eating some kind of fruit, crab apples, I think they said, that had fermented. And yeah, that's what they're doing. But in any event, crab apples that had fermented, and the raccoons were getting to them, and they were getting all squirrely. I think that's what happens to a raccoon when it drinks. When it gets intoxicated, it gets squirrely. So they figured out it was these crab apples. So I'm listening to this report, and I'm going, whatever, right? Raccoons, drunk off of crab apples, like a Boone's Farm, a hard apple, right? Or whoever that company is that makes it. I go, what? Where could this be happening, right? Like this has got to be like, I don't know if they have raccoons in India, but right, other parts of the world, where could this place be where the raccoons are getting drunk on crab apples? Of course, it's Milton, West Virginia. Why wouldn't it be, right? I mean, look, to be honest with you, the first time I ever drank grain alcohol was my high school days in Milton, West Virginia. I'm sitting there watching the TV, and they go, oh, yeah, drunk raccoons. And it's from Milton, West Virginia. And the reason I share that story with you is it just makes me go, yeah, that's what happened to me. Well, I'm not suffering from recovering from a brain tumor, right? I must have gotten a batch of bad fermented crab apples growing up. And I thought like the grain was enough to kill you. But the reason I bring that up tonight, other than I find it just hysterical, and it's given me a real insight into what happened to me in life. I grew up in Milton. But my special guest, a very special guest for the whole half hour, or if I stop blathering, like a full 20 minutes, very special guest who has invented something that I think is just downright cool. I get to say that as a vet. I get to say that as a weapons specialist. I get to say that as a former New York cop. I get to say it as all of it. But it's a really cool invention. And guess what? He's from Milton. Yeah, I don't think he had as many of those crab apples as I did, though, growing up, right? Because he's an inventor. He's a smart guy. He can figure out just about anything. Well, he figured out what I say, right, is just like hands down one of the coolest ideas. And in this day and age, one I dare say we really need. So he'll be joining us here in just a little bit. And if you're from Milton, right, if you're from Milton, you're still licking your wounds over that football game yesterday. Now, I don't watch much football, right? But every so often, I got to be honest with you, when West Virginia's on, I always kind of go like, ooh, turn an ear, see if I can hear what's going on. And they're doing great. They're like number, 8 or 9 in the nation. And then they lose to, I think it might have been a community college. I really do. Not that there's anything wrong with community colleges. I just say they're probably not number 9 or 10 in the nation in football. That's all I'm saying. But if you're sitting around in Milton and you're licking your wounds from having lost a game last night, this would be the perfect way to spend the next 20 minutes as soon as we get our special guest. Well, special guest. You've seen the post all day over on Facebook. Of course, I'm talking about Kenneth Ratliff. It's been my honor to hang with him for a couple days. One, in seeing how this mystery invention, how it's deployed, right? How easy is it to get this thing where it's doing the most good? And then also at a convention where he was just the talk of the town. Right? And I put some posts up over on that as well. But he is the inventor of a product owned by a company called Window Armor. So we'll get a chance to get to him in just a little bit. Also, again, a quick shout out to Joseph and Mary. Thank you so very much. It was an absolute blast hanging out with you on the phone today. Thank you very much. Oh, let me get here in the thread. Now that I think about it, I can remember, come over here, turn down the volume. So Wayne's not going, hey, I wonder why I hear the feedback. Because Brian doesn't know what he's doing. Not to worry. Henry, thank you so very much. Appreciate it. So how did I mess that up? Did I not just say I was going to turn the volume down? Yeah, dope. Remember, say all the time, you can't spell Brian without the I in idiot. Candace, good evening. Nell, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Kenneth, oh, look. Hello to you as well. We're looking forward to hanging out with you in just a little bit. Henry, good evening. Don't forget. Yeah, I know. Look, I'm getting a pair of double eyes. I know that's Wayne. I don't even have to scroll down to see. I know it's Wayne. Henry, don't forget, bottom of the hour tonight, 8:30 Eastern. We'll be heading over. Technically, it kicks back to our studios in Michigan and our good friend Wayne. And then Thinking Re-Envisioned with Henry G. Noel will be this evening, bottom of the hour. Oh, Candace, thank you for letting me know. Candace says they like moonshine as well. Yeah, drunk. Lee, always away with words. He said, look, if they're drunk, they're lewd. I'm with that. Drunk, lewd raccoons. It could be a rock band, right? I'll get in trouble because someone said I said the word rap band. I didn't mean rap. I meant rock. No, I didn't. Who am I kidding? Jamie, good evening. It's a blast hanging out with you today as well. Thank you so very much. Joining us here at All Natural Being. Jennifer Ball is with me watching. Well, good evening, Jennifer. How are you? Nice to see, even if it's your name popping up. There's Wayne's set of eyeballs, so I know that I have literally 19 minutes left before he cuts the signal. Thank you so very much for everyone joining us here at All Natural Being. Now, all joking aside, you look at school shootings, right? And if you're like me, you're like, I'm just tired of wimpy doors, right? And can I tell you something else? When I first heard about this, right? And I had a chance to meet Ken, and, we're yucking it up. Oh, you were in West Virginia? Yeah, I went to Milton. Oh, so did I. Oh, we did this. Oh, we did that. Oh, Golden Gloves, martial arts, yada, yada, yada. All these things. But what I did the very next day is I went to my youngest son's school and said, oh, look, we got to talk about having these things in the school. That's what the impact was so great on me, where you go, oh, yeah, I'll talk about it on Facebook. I'll throw something up on Twitter. I'll do a little video. I'll do whatever I can to help. But you know what I did? No, I marched right over one of two of my three sons, marched right over to the school and said, you need to look at these things, because in this day and age with active shooters, violent intruders, just crazy people running around the world, you got to be careful. You got to watch out. And Ken is thinking, oh, I should mention that he's also, he's like Batman, right? Into a nearby phone booth, spins around, comes out wearing a cape. It's leotards, right? That's on him. David, good evening. Thank you for joining us here at All Natural Being. I hope you're feeling a lot better, brother. Kelly, thank you for watching. Good evening. Jen, good evening. Thank you for joining us here at All Natural Being. We're talking about Ken's day job is as, ready for this? A school superintendent. So he knows what he's talking about, right? So it's not like you just find someone and you go, oh, yeah, well, what's your opinion? This guy's a school superintendent. His main responsibility, he gets up every day thinking, how am I going to protect the kids that I'm responsible for? And I know you're thinking, we live in a world now where we have to worry about active shooters in schools. Yes. We got to worry about them in government offices. We got to worry about them in churches. We got to worry about them in public venues. But first and foremost, we got to worry about it in our schools. And when I sat down and thought about it, I send my kids off, and for maybe 8, maybe 9 hours a day, depending upon the day, someone else is responsible for their security. So when I first learned about this, that's how I knew I just wasn't drinking the Kool-Aid. Oh, yeah, great product. Yeah, you're from West Virginia. I was just compelled. I couldn't stop myself from going over to the school and go, look, what do we got to do to make this happen? How is this going to be? I got to get you hooked up with this guy so that you can learn what I've learned. So that's what we're talking about this evening. Once we get Kenneth on the phone, we're talking about window armor. And in this day and age, what you can do to make sure, or everything you can do to make as sure as you possibly can, that if you pass the buck, if you pass the responsibility to someone else to protect your kids during the day when they're not under your roof, within your 4, right? You can't watch their 6 all day long. You're passing that responsibility to someone else, and you go, well, damn. Says, I'm trying to call in, Brian. All right, so let's do this. All right, so Ken, try this one. Try, because everything's looking good here. Try 833-646-3877. 833-646-3877. Let me know if that doesn't work. Yeah, no, it says I got phones here. So how about teaching them kids how to think? Well, you can't teach them how to think if they're worried about having a red dot painted on them. I agree, John. And one of the things that I think is so cool about this product is that it's kind of like, you can focus on your studies. Let us focus on security. All right, Ken, if for whatever reason the 800 number isn't working, I mean, why would it work? I only pay for it to work. In case that number's not working, Ken, try this one, 614-656-7931. Yeah, I got a dial tone. I don't know if you can hear that, but we're ready. So the phone lines are good here. Ken, try this one. 614-656. It says, please hold. No. Yeah, I don't know how to call. Oh, there you go. Now it doesn't say, please hold. Hold on. This is caller number 2. You move this. Good. All right, let's have you try back. It says, please hold. Nah, don't listen to that crazy operator. Call back. Let me drop you. You can call back. Maybe hit 0. What is it you have to hit, Candace? I never call myself here, so I don't know. Joseph, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Please tell Mary I said hello as well. It's great catching up with you all today, as I said earlier. Rita, thank you so very much for joining us here at All Natural Being. We're just waiting. Wayne's going, okay, we're cutting in a call time. Yeah, I don't know what could be wrong with the phone lines. Let me check it again. Yeah, terribly. Old school. No pun intended, but yeah, there's the dial tone. All right. Try it again, if you would. There we go. Let's see if this works. Good evening. Is this Ken?
Rita, thank you so very much for joining us.
Hello? 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 All right. Well, at least I know the number works. All right, Ken, let's give it another shot. We're going to droppy. Give me another call if you get a chance. 833-646-3877. 833-646-3877. Give me that number. You got it. 833-646-3877. I heard that noise. Does it sound like long distance? Remember that old song when we were growing up, London Calling? I don't know why they keep hanging up. All right, so there we go. Let me try it one more time. Let us try this. Good evening. Hello. Hello? Hello? All right, so here's what we're going to do, right? So you say, oh, whoa, this is like live radio, so you're going to do this. Just popping in, late cleaning up. Thank you, Joseph. Nice to see you. Wayne, I know. Hey, Wayne, do me a favor. Hold on, let me try it one more time. Good evening. Thank you for calling All Natural Being. Who's this? Hello? 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 Hello, hello, hello? Someone's calling in. Please hold while we transfer you to try soup cans. I know, right? Hang on, Snoopy. Oh, you said soup. Sorry. Hang on, Sloopy. You said soup cans. Hey, Wayne, will you do me a favor? Will you call me in the studio real quick just to make sure that you can get through? Will you try 833-646-3877? 833-646-3877. Wayne, give me a holler. Let me make sure that this is working. Boy, that was some build-up, too, when I think about it. But hold on. Let's see. Please stand by. I blame AT&T. I think we have AT&T. I think that's what it is. Soup cans. Hang on, Snoopy. All right. Wayne, are you listening? See, right, even Wayne's not listening. Wayne's like, yeah, no, I got better things to do. I'm not listening to you blather on. I'll talk to you all day long. All right, Ken, let's give it another shot. Let's try this one. Try 614-656-79. There goes that sponsor. I know, right? Yeah, I'm snoozing away myself. All right, 646-656-7931. 646, or Jenny, if you hear it and can call me, can somebody call me? 646-656-7931. Want to make sure it's working. I don't know why it wouldn't. I can hear everybody. I can see everybody. That one's on there. All right. Don't know. Line is in use. I don't know how it can be in use. Hold on. I've had about enough of you. All right. Hold on. All right. Here we go. Let's see. Well, maybe not. Okay. Good evening. Welcome to All Natural Being. Is this Ken?
Nope, this is Wayne Peston.
Hey, Wayne. So it's working, huh?
It's working.
Do me a favor. Will you text Ken this number? All right. Here's another call coming. Let me sit. Thanks, Wayne.
All right.
Good evening. Is this Ken?
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Ken. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm just checking with Jamie to make sure, and Wayne, that I paid my phone bill. But yeah, no, Wayne had called in right before you, so sorry about that. Don't know what the mix-up was.
You know what I was thinking about this phone number? this phone number and this phone system needs to mortal up.
Mortal up, exactly. Yeah, well, I would agree with you wholeheartedly, but Wayne got in. So, and now technically you're in, so there we...
It would say, please hold while we transfer you to extension 0, and then it would give me some music, and then your voice would come on, and then...
Oh, that's scary.
Off into cyberspace.
Yeah, I would have hung up on the sound of my voice, too. I do it all the time. All right, so Ken, listen, I've been busy bragging about you, so talk to me quickly about, I made mention of the fact that you're a high school superintendent, that back in the day, you and I used to roam the same halls at Milton, West Virginia, at Milton High School. I think it was called the Greyhounds, if I remember. But let's jump. Yeah. I told the thing about the crazy raccoons and drinking grain alcohol and everything else. Do you know I skipped school my senior year to go see Animal House the very first day it was released in the theaters?
Sounds appropriate, to be honest.
For me, right? All right, Ken, but enough about me. Let's talk about Window Armor. I told everyone I was so excited about it that the very next day I went to my youngest son's school and go, you got to get this in here. So tell us a little bit about Window Armor.
Okay, so as a school superintendent, obviously in the day of school shootings, we have active shooter training that we do every year. We have protocols that we follow. We drill it so that teachers know what they're doing if something should ever occur. Mm-hmm. And in one stage of that training, you would always talk about, okay, we would use what's called ALICE protocols. ALICE is alert, lock down, inform, counter, and evacuate. And it's all kind of common sense approach. What's the first thing you're going to do? If someone comes in, you're going to alert everyone of the shooter situation. And then the next phase is lockdown. So people are alerted, they lock down, and you know, you've got a classroom full of kids. You make sure your door's locked. You close your lock. You put something over the window, and if you have a secondary locking device, you might deploy that. If you don't, you're just getting kids back away from the door.
Sure.
And then the next protocol would be if this hostile intruder breaks that window in an attempt to gain entry to that room or extend a weapon into that room and try to shoot the occupants, even if it's blindly shooting around the room, you have to fight. That's what we would tell our teachers. You have to fight. And, you know, you think of your elementary teacher or junior high teacher or high school teacher for that matter. They're not combat trained. This is not the Army. This is not the Navy. This is not the Armed Forces. And so invariably that would cause a lot of anxiety, upset with the teachers, to the point where you could have some in tears, some on the verge of panic attack, people getting up and leaving. And they just didn't want to feel like the last line of defense. And I never felt good about that particular protocol. And I said, I've got to come up with something. And I conceived of a sliding shutter system. Mm-hmm. This was in January of 2017. And worked with the local manufacturing entity through several prototypes and was able to install something in my school. And I got it installed, made, manufactured, actually had a board member who painted these devices after they were manufactured. He worked for the company that manufactured them for me, the company named National Machinery. And we got them installed. They were installed and in place in December of 2017 in my school district, which is Mohawk School District in Wyandotte County, Ohio. And in February 2018, unfortunately, Parkland, Florida happened. And in that shooting, you had a shooter, a hostile intruder, go. He killed some people in the corridors. He was able to get into the building, killed some people in the corridors, went classroom to classroom and shot through the classroom door windows and killed people, then went back to the same 4 classrooms and did it again. And at that point, I knew I needed to get this product out. I committed to retiring at the end of this year, as of December 31st.
So you're a short timer. You're a short timer.
My intention is to put this into school districts across the country.
Well, I have to tell you, one of the things that I was most impressed is that when Window Armor, and I'll have you post in the thread here, it's windowarmor.net for people that want more information, or you can go the Window Armor page here on Facebook. But the cool thing about it is when you deploy it, it slides. It's like the shutter system, and it glides on itself, and then you just touch it, it slides over, locks down. So you say, okay, great, no one can shoot through the window. Yeah, that's like if you had a top 10 things that Window Armor does, that a lot of bullets don't get through the window, that doesn't even make the top 10 for me, Ken. Can I tell you what I dig about it? One, when you're walking down the hallway, if you're the active shooter, if you're the bad guy, or, I don't want to mansplain, or the bad girl, it looks like the classroom is totally dark. When your shutter on the inside of the door slides place, it looks like it's dark. It looks like, well, if I'm an active shooter and I want to find someone to shoot, or if I'm a hostile intruder and I want to find someone to be hostile to, all I got to do is look in the window. Well, it doesn't even look like anyone's in there. And then the second thing that I thought was really cool, let's say, oh, wait a minute, I heard something. I think someone's in that classroom. You can't punch, you can't kick, you can't knock out this window and then reach around and just grab the little door lock, open the door and go, oh, you know what? I thought I heard you. So so to me, to block their vision, to block the ability to punch through the door, Wayne put it up for me. Thank you, Wayne. WindowArmor.net. And Window Armor Defense is at Window Armor Defense right here on Facebook. That's what I really loved about your product, is it does like 11 different things, to be honest with you, Ken. And then if someone said in here, shouldn't the kids just focus on their studies? Well, yeah, but if Window Armor focuses on the security, then the kids and the teachers can focus on their studies. And you're kind of like both. You're the inventor, Ken, and you're a school administrator. So what say you about you guys will focus on the security, let the teachers and the students focus on their studies?
You have these shooters, these cowards. I like to call them cowards. I don't want to call them shooters. These cowards, the worst thing we can do is let that fear control us. So this product gives peace of mind. It's so simple and quick to deploy. You slide it over, it's effortless, click, it locks into place.
Yep.
You're getting people back. You're safe. The intruder can't reach for that doorknob, can't extend a weapon into that room. You're able to get people back, get your students back, and then if you do have a secondary locking device, you could drop that then at that point or deploy that.
Ken, what do you use as a secondary device? You were telling me about something at your school, and I really liked it the other day.
So there's lots of different products out there. We use a product called Nightlock.
Nightlock.
It's a simple device that can work for in-swing or out-swing doors, and it's got some features. I'm going to kind of pause here for a second. The funny thing about talking about school security is you're reluctant to kind of show your hand,
so let's
show all your cards.
Right. So we won't say anything else. Yeah, just in case,
But a secondary locking device is just that. It is in addition to the lock that's built into the door. So that's a good thing. Now, the thing about it is those all take some amount of time. So if you want to be fumbling around in front of a door, there's a hostile intruder in the building, your window's wide open, you're fumbling around trying to do something else, this makes it so much safer. You close that shutter, you get your kids back away from the door, and then if you need to deploy a secondary locking device, you do that. I think I've not found any cases in active shooter where the shooter has attempted to shoot out the lock to gain entry to a classroom. However, there was even the very recent one at Parkland, Florida, where he shot through the window of the classroom. So this stops the aiming. We're not going to overstate the bulletproof. We know it'll stop a large number of rounds, but there are weapons out there that can penetrate it.
And then, Ken, in the closing minute,
that's not the primary purpose.
In the closing minute, I also wanted to make mention of the fact is what I loved about it when I was on site with you at that one particular school. I don't even want to mention the school names because I want the bad guys or the bad girls to know who has it, who doesn't. But one of the things that was most interesting is a lot of the schoolrooms are situated now where the eraser, the dry eraser board, is it in the front of the room? And what's so impressed me with Window Armor is you could be a little kid. The little kid sitting right in the last chair, right near the door, can just go up and touch this thing, and it goes shh, tsh. It's like a hockey puck across, like a Zamboni, right? It just glides into place. You could have the student right there just glide it into place. Because maybe the alarm goes off and it'll take the teacher too long to get from the front of the classroom. If the drill is your teacher, you just touch this, slide it, and it locks right into place. I was really impressed with that. Final thoughts in our closing minute. And what I'd like to do is maybe have you back on so we can talk some history and talk some other things. As Joseph just says, Kenneth, it's making it hard to get a target. Absolutely, Joseph. Wayne, Ken, final thoughts here before we toss it to Wayne.
Hey, really appreciate you having me on. Let's do it again. Let's continue this conversation again. I would love to. So thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the enthusiasm you have for this product, Brian.
Dude, it's going to save lives. I'm like if you came to me and said, "Oh, I have a little something that extends Wi-Fi." I don't think you'd be on the show, right? What you're doing is going to save people's lives. I'm sorry about the phone mix-up. Sorry it took longer, but let's maybe even that's Thanksgiving this week here in the States, but maybe the beginning of next week have you back on and we'll go through it. Please tell everybody I said howdy. And Kenneth, thank you for your time tonight, and thank you for the window armor invention. I think it's going to save a lot of lives.
Look forward to talking to you again,
all right,
Brian.
brother.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get out of here because Wayne doesn't think I'm going to be able to pull it off, so I got to go. Thank you so very much for joining us. We will be back Monday, tomorrow night. Thank you so very much for hanging out with us here at All Natural Being. Wayne, you can take it away.
IPMNation.com.